Hello everyone, Arun Vanugopal of WNYC here. It's my pleasure to introduce the Center for Traditional Music and Dances series, Beat of the Boroughs, NYC Online. This online series features over 50 of New York's leading traditional instrumentalists, dancers, singers, poets, and more. From Mongolia to Haiti, Colombia to the Gambia, among many others, they remind us how the strength of our country lies in its embrace of diversity and immigration. We want to celebrate these remarkable members of the New York community in these challenging times. So please enjoy these 50 programs, share them with your friends, and spread the word. Enjoy the show.
Hi, my name is Alhaji Papa Susso. I'm a Griot and Kora player from the Gambia, West Africa. I was born in September 29 in 1947 in a small village called Sotoma Sere in the Upper River division of the Gambia. And I attended my primary school from Bakadaji village in 1953 through 1957. Okay, and then that allowed me to sit for a common entrance to go to high school, and then which I passed. And I went to Armitage High School in Georgetown, Gambia. And after that, I left the country to go to Liberia, Monrovia, Liberia, to go to Cottington University. I sat for an example and I was passed. So, and I was given a scholarship to study business administration. So I got BA for that, my bachelor's degree for that, and worked for Chase Manhattan Bank in Monrovia, Liberia for 3 years before we go back to my country. And when I went back to my country, I was appointed as an accountant in the Ministry of Works and Communications of the Gambian government. So I was there for quite a number of years, and then I was sent to the Gambia Embassy in Freetown, in Sierra Leone, with concurrent accreditation to the republics of Sierra Leone, Liberia, Guinea, and Ivory Coast. So I was working as a liaison officer. And then after some time, went back to the Gambia, and then worked for, resigned from the government to go back to my father's roots, to go back to my roots, which is to work as griot. And then through this, I was appointed to direct Gambia's national cultural troupe for some time. Then I decided to travel. So I traveled many parts of West, East, South, and Central Africa, and then to Europe, and now in the United States. I first came to this country in 1985. Since then, I just like it here. And how I managed to get here is I traveled to Jamaica with the Gambian National Troupe on a tourism promotion tour for the country. And through our way back home, we stopped here for 4 days. I fell in love with the country. I decided to come back. So when I came back, I just decided to live here. And I got my citizenship a long time ago. Okay, the word griot means praise singer or oral historian. I was born into the family of griots. My father was a griot, my mother was a griot, my grandfather, great-grandfather, great-great-grandfather, all the way back 13th century. And their work is to recount the tribal history of our people and compose commemorative songs and perform on important tribal ceremonies like weddings, naming of a child, and ritual circumcisions. And since I decided to live here, I was introduced to World Music Institute at the time. So we were working together for many years. And they were good people and they're good to me. They introduced me to many presenting organizations around this country and also in Canada. And years back, they organized African Heritage Tour for me, which we've been very successful with that trip. And so since then, and I decided to work for myself. So I'm working as a visiting lecturer on African music around the country. So mostly I work with the colleges, universities, to go around, perform, give lecture, demonstrations, and concert, workshops, and so on. So this is what I have been doing since then until now. Okay, this is called Kunkuba. Kunkuba, alale jonde alajo ye Kunkuba. Kunkuba le alale jonkwe alajo ye Kunkuba. Mansa mansa besila tilike dunia, Gambia berasila jawara nara, Gambia diada la de mansa. For the griots themselves. But it is dedicated to a family called Kanute. You know, we have Suso, a family of griots. We have Susos, Jobartehs, Kanutes, Kuyate, blah, blah, blah. So this particular song was dedicated to the Kanutes. But it is all nothing but celebration, to celebrate, make them think about their lineage. If they have like ceremony like naming of a child, they will play this song for everybody to come together to join, sing and dance. So it will be same thing for wedding, and it will be same thing for any other celebration they plan to do. Okay, Africa has 3 important ceremonies that they do. Naming of a child, ritual circumcision, and wedding. Wedding, we don't have too much difference with you, but we also dress in our beautiful African attires, different colors, design and style. Okay, but when it comes to circumcision, it's something that we really celebrate because every year we will put together children of the whole village and circumcise them, send them to the bush for 3 months. So you'll stay in the bush for 3 months without coming to the village or without even seeing your two parents.
And why do you do that?
Okay, because you have to undergo a training, which will be a very tough training for you. This is we call it juju auto. But here you'll call it a training center. Because this is the time you'll be trained about how to honor your two parents with respect, how to behave yourself among elderly people, how to look, or even how to walk. Sometimes looking at people, maybe they don't like it, but you don't know. If you are not trained with these behaviors, all you want to do is just want to continue looking, you don't care. So we train you with all of this. This is why you will stay in the bush for 3 months. So at the completion of it, the first month you will be taken care of with the pen. But the second and third month you will be trained with your behavior. See, because we have big respect for our elders or for our parents. These two people work hard to make you become a good human being. They work 24 hours a day to build a future for you. They don't want you to be a foolish man or foolish woman. They always want you to be a good man and good woman. So therefore they train you with this behavior. That's why the training will be very tough. All right. So the people who will be training you with these behaviors in the bush will not going to have any sympathy for you. And they don't care how your parents will feel about it or any other person will feel about it. All they want to care about is they want to make sure that you go out as good human being. So that's why we send you to the bush for 3 months. So at the completion of it, you'll be taken to a lake, wash you very clean, and dress you in our beautiful African attires, call all the relatives to come and join. They will call griots to play for the occasion. Drummers will come, dancers will come, and you, the initiates, also will be dancing with the people. So it's a big celebration.
Is the name of the celebration also Kunkuba?
Yeah, also.
Is the song and the celebration Kunkuba?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Wow. Kunkuba, say, well, how can I explain this into... Some of the Manika words is very difficult for you to translate them into a foreign language. Sure. But we have to try. Yeah. Meaning, it's God who will put your love into someone's heart. Yeah. Because when you say a woman that you fell in love with, it came through God's will. You don't just choose it, but it came through God's will that you see this woman, oh, I'm in love with this woman. Okay. You may get her, you may not get her. But it's God's will. Okay, this is called Kora, K-O-R-A. It has 21 strings, made out of cow hide, rose woods, calabash. So these are the materials we put together to build the instrument. It's an old instrument because the instrument was invented by the griots in 13th century, passed down from father to son, from generations to generations. So as a griot, you get this from your father. I said it is by heredity. You learn this at home. Now people have schools for it, but at the time when I was little, so we learned this at home. You learn this from your father. The songs that we play with the instrument, they're not just songs, they are songs dedicated to people from different families. This is the song that will tell you who you are, where you came from, and where you're supposed to head to. And the strings, this is nylon or fishing line, but the original strings are made out of an antelope skin. So that's what we used to put for the strings. But now that things are changing, if we have these strings because of snows. Snow cannot do anything to this string. It's a nylon. But when with the antelope skin, snow will damage everything. You're not going to have a Kora. So that's why we change few things. And of course, these are for amplifications. It is for amplifications. Halibana joni kulumbarima walini makunde kulumbariye Halibana sole kulumbarima walini makunde kulumbariye Sangumani banguma bani hurujini Tonabete Saluya magome beda bedi atisana jomaya na Wariya blo beda bedi saluya magolo beda bedi Ye bani le bani horonya diala bani gare le gunada tangumani banguma bani horo Bani is a revolutionary song. Bani is a Bambara word meaning say no. Okay. It also talks about colonialism. When the colonial masters came to Africa, actually Atlantic slave trade, I should say, not colonialism yet, but Atlantic slave trade, when they came to Africa, grabbing people, take them away against their own will. This was going on for some time. But one day, one of the brave men among them stood up and said, why should we allow this? Allow foreigners come to our land, grab our people, take them away against their own will? It's not right. Say no to them. So he said, Iba, or Bani, and that means say no to them.
And what about youth, Gambian youth in New York? Are they continuing with griot and music, or?
Yes, because I see something now which make me very happy. The children that we're getting here, it look like somebody, I don't know if somebody talked to their parents or whatever, so they always teach them to speak our own languages. So this was going on for some time. Now they even communicate with each other in our language instead of English, even though they were born here. I like that because you have to know about your background. You have to know who you are. So no matter what, we are Africans. But yeah, we can stay here 100 years, it's fine, but still your origin is African. Yeah.
Wow.